Hello everybody, welcome to another end of season grade. Today we have the Tennessee Titans. They've finished first in the division. As we see here, we go to NFC, go to the South, and you guys actually tied the division with the Colts, but I think you guys beat them, so you got the top seed in the NFC. What was it, the North? Was it the North or the South? My bad, the South. Yeah. So I mean, as you know, Ryan Tannehill, he's a good quarterback. He's shown that he's a good quarterback. That's a fact. Okay, their offense is getting steadily declining. Their defense completely gone. Completely gone. Their defense was one of the worst this year, but their offense was pretty good. Um, Made it to the playoffs, lost to the Ravens, which you beat last year. You made it to the championship last year, but you lost to the Ravens. To be honest, I think you go maybe 10-6 next year. I mean, your defense is, if it's gonna play like they did this year, then I don't see you winning. I see you dropping a game. Tannehill, he's okay. Yeah, he played average. You know, like a good quarterback should play. You beat the teams you were meant to beat, like the Lions. These games. There's games where you just couldn't pull it off. You guys had a pretty good start of the season. Um, I would say, but really, you guys just fell off a little bit this year. It just wasn't good as last year. I know last year you went 9-7, but I think you guys played better last year than they played this year. I'm talking defensive wise. Offensive wise, they played about the same. Um, but I think first round, get a defensive lineman. Second round, get a safety. Third round, maybe get a cornerback. Just focus defensive wise this year. There's a few good defensive linemen and you do have a high draft pick, so maybe you might not be able to get a defensive line, but get a safety or just get a defensive player. I would focus on defense this draft because there's not a lot of good defensive play. Oh, J.J. Watt could be on the market, but you could go after him. But then again, he's like what 35. But I think if you just focus on defensive wise this draft. Because you're pretty good on offense. You're pretty good. I will say that. You are pretty good on offense. But I think there's not a lot of good defensive players on the market in this offseason. So I would say just go get defensive players and then see how good they go. And if you manage a deal to get J.J. Watt or somebody that's, going to be out or going to be on the market this offseason, I would get them. But don't waste your high round draft picks. There's a lot of good talent in this draft, defensive wise. Not as good as the last draft or the draft before that, but still, I think you can get a lot of players this round. So I'm gonna give the Tennessee Titans a B plus for making it to the playoffs but losing to the playoffs. So Tennessee Titans B minus.